Hey coaches, let's talk about a product that you can sell as a coach. You know how important it is to have coaching products. And by that I mean, if you're just selling retainer coaching, it's very hard for people to understand why they should pay you for that. It feels like a black box investment. Am I paying you to be my friend? We're gonna meet once every 2 weeks. I'm gonna pay you 800 bucks. I don't know what I'm getting out of it. That actually works really well. As a product, it works really well. It's just hard to sell it. So I wanna give you some ideas about products that you can sell as a coach. Each one of these coaching products videos is going to have one product and one price that you can sell that product for. At the end of this video, I'm gonna give you the pitch. That is the words that you need to use in order to sell the product that I'm about to describe. So I'm gonna explain the product, but wait till the end of the video, and I'm gonna show you how to pitch it to somebody so that they pull out their credit card and they buy it from you. Today is called Routine Revolution. Feel free to call it that. If you think that's too cheesy, change the name of it. But let me tell you what the product actually is. It's helping your client develop routines that change their lives. So this is going to go into the life planning, mindset, goal planning, performance, excellence, all that kind of stuff. But I mean freaking life-changing if you can get your client to do this. Let me tell you how it works. It's going to work in 8 sessions that you will deliver in 8 separate weeks. Therefore, if you're meeting with a client every 2 weeks, that's going to be 4 months. If you're meeting with them once a month, that's going to be 8 months. If you're meeting with them every week, that's 8 weeks. It's going to take a little more than a week for your client to execute on every one of these, but imagine 8 weeks or 8 months or 4 months worth of material that you can sell. I would actually sell Routine Revolution for $7,500 to $10,000. I wouldn't charge any less than that. If it's an existing client who is part of your retainer coaching, what you want to do is say, hey, starting next week, I want to take you through something that Donald Miller calls Routine Revolution, or come up with your name for it. And basically, I'm going to help you come up with routines that you can do in your life that massively impact your quality of life, your career, your family, your faith, all of that. Does that sound good to you? Your client's going to say, yeah. All of a sudden, your coaching is going to have some serious direction, some incredible value, and your client's going to get excited again. So feel free to run with this. Let's call it Routine Revolution. By the way, I like Routine Revolution. It's not that cheesy, is it? But here's how it works. The very first session is a planning session, and you're actually going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas of your client's life. That is their body, their mind, their family, their faith, and their career. Their body, their mind, their family, their faith, and their career. And then in this session, you're going to ask them, I want you to come up with one goal in regard to your body, one goal in regard to your mind, one goal in regard to your family, one goal in regard to your faith, one goal in regard to your career. I like one goal more than 2 or 3, because think about it. If you do 3, that's 15 goals. Your client's not going to be able to execute on all of that. Now, we can add to this later. Don't worry. If you want to take this beyond 8 sessions and go into 16, we can add a second layer of goals into those routines later. But you're going to meet with your client and you say, hey, what's the goal on your body? Do you want to be able to bench 250 pounds? Do you want to lose 20 pounds? What do you want to do as it relates to your physical health? All right, they're going to write down that goal. Then what about the mind? But you're going to ask your client, how are you pouring into your mind? Are you reading audiobooks? Are you reading books? How are you sharpening your mind and stimulating the growth of your mind and your knowledge? What's a goal there? Is it to read a book a month? A book a week? What's our goal there? Family, how much time are you spending with family? It's all about time with family. Look, you can say, I want to be a great dad, all that kind of stuff. None of that means anything. How much time are you spending with your family? Where are you getting that time? What's your goal there? Faith. If your client is a person of faith, this is a very important area of life. What is this going to be? Are you going to take communion? Are you going to do some time in prayer? Are you going to do some meditative stuff? What are you going to do to deepen your sense of, and to me, faith is, if you're not doing 2 things, one is learning to be a more loving human being, right? And increasing the amount of wonder and amazement and gratitude that you have for being a participant in this unbelievable life. What a gift. We've been chosen to be participants. We want to awaken that in ourselves and in our clients. And then finally, the 5th one, which is where most people start, is career. None of that means anything if you have a great career, you know, it means nothing if your family is falling apart and you have no sense of wonder, your body is in terrible shape, and you're understimulated in terms of your intelligence, in your life, your intelligence life. So career, I think, really comes last. It's also the easiest. But what's our goal in terms of our career in the business that we're in? Once your client comes up with those 5 goals, that's a session. That might even be 2 sessions, you know, with a lot of homework. That might take you, if you're doing 2 sessions a month, a whole month just to come up with the goals. The next session or series of sessions that you want to help your client understand are the routines. So a goal is nothing without a routine. The only way to reach your goal is if you create habits that make the goals happen, a la James Clear's Atomic Habits, right? What are your routines? Now, I recommend helping your client break down their routines into 3 different categories: morning, afternoon, evening. The morning routine, what do I do when I get out of bed? And you want to take the goals and say, okay, you've got 5 goals here. What can we do in our morning routine to help us achieve some of those goals? If you want to lose 20 pounds, what's that going to be? My morning routine, which has been absolutely life-changing. In the winter, I get out of bed, I go downstairs, and I get into my swimming pool, the outdoor swimming pool. This morning it was 25 degrees in Nashville. I got into the pool. I have a little timer that I bought on Amazon, big digital clock, set it right there on the chair next to the pool, hit play. 11 minutes later, I came out of that water. I think I stop at 11 because my feet are turning into ice cubes. So I got out of the pool. But at 11 minutes, then I go straight into the garage. I've got a little home gym in there. I do 15 to a 30-minute workout. Believe me, it doesn't take much. And then I go upstairs, shower, get ready for the day. By the way, while I'm in the pool, I pray. So that's where I get the faith part in. Believe me, if you're in that much pain, you're going to pray. I wake my daughter up. She's, as I say this, 2.5 years old. This does 2 things. One is it gets me 30 minutes with my daughter. She sits on my lap. She drinks milk. I read her a book. We just connect. It's amazing. The other thing that's happening there as it relates to family is my wife is getting the first 30 minutes of her day off. So she actually wakes up. She takes a shower, she gets dressed, she's not jumping out of bed and interacting with a child. So that's an amazing gift to her. And then in terms of career, I'm out the door and I go off to work. My career part happens when I go off to work. I hit a coffee shop, and for 2 to 2.5 hours, I write whatever book I'm working on next. If I did that 200 out of 365 days a year, I would have the most productive year of my life in every goal. The goal of my body, the goal of my mind. Actually, the mind wasn't so much there. I've got to listen to an audiobook on the way to the coffee shop and on the way back. But my family is taken care of. My faith was me praying in the pool. And career, my goodness, I've got 2 hours of writing at a coffee shop. If I can, me and my assistant, if we can protect that morning routine, think about it, it's 3 hours. 3 to 3.5 hours is all that was. If I can do that 200 times a year, my life has changed. Well, so is your client. So if your client has these 5 goals and you are able to, as a coach, sit down with them and say, okay, how do we work as many of these goals as we can into the morning routine? Now, the morning routine is, 2.5 to 3.5 hours. It's the big one. Afternoon, you've got, I'm going to put a 15-minute routine in there. 15 to 30 minutes. And really what it is, hey, after lunch, I go on a 15 to 30-minute walk. Maybe I pray some more. Maybe I put on headphones and listen to an audiobook, get more toward my mind goals. But I do it every day. That's a short one, but it matters. I mean, think about it. If you're listening to an audiobook for 15 to 30 minutes every day at lunch, what are you learning? I mean, you're learning a ton more than anybody else around you. And then there's an evening routine, 15 to 30 minutes. This could be 30 minutes in a sauna, incredibly good, incredibly helpful for you. While you're in the sauna, your client's going to listen to an audiobook. That's going to stimulate their mind while they're sweating out all these toxins. Maybe there's a walk, look, we don't bring our phones into the bedroom, and we go to bed at 9 o'clock knowing we're not going to sleep till 10. And I ask my wife 3 or 4 questions before we go to bed in order to stimulate eye contact and conversation that is really great for us. The point is this, as a coach, think about how much you are changing somebody's life if you sell them this product. For $10,000, I'm going to take you through Routine Revolution. It's a 3-month program. It's a 6-month program. I'm going to help you develop a morning, afternoon, and evening routine based on goals that you set. And we're going to meet every 2 weeks in order to stay accountable to those goals. If you wanted to sell it as a 6-month, $10,000 product, do it as a small group. Cap it at 6 people. There's 6 people we're going to do this. I meet with you one-on-one every 2 weeks, and then once a month we meet as a large group. Create a little workbook. I just put it on a piece of paper, but create a little workbook so that your clients can go through it. You got a $60,000 product that's not costing you very many hours to deliver to that small group of people. And also, you're just massively changing lives. Think about it. If your coach took you through what I just said, are you not going to have the best year you've ever had in your life? If somebody took you to that, would it not be worth $10,000 or $15,000? It'd be worth $150,000, right? And you can deliver that as a coach. It's a great product. I hope that this product was helpful for you. All right, so how do you sell this, right? Routine Revolution. Well, when we sell something, we always start with the problem. And the problem is nobody ever accomplishes their goals. Everybody gets lazy. Everybody gets lost in the fog. At the beginning of the year, everybody lasts about a month and then they stop. That's the reality of goal setting. It just doesn't work. What you need to do is actually establish routines. And I can help you establish 3 routines: a morning routine, afternoon routine, and an evening routine that helps you pummel any goal. I mean, railroad it. Any goal that you have, we're going to drive right through it. Not because of the goal itself, but because the routine, if you defend and fight for the routine, the goal takes care of itself. Now, anybody listening to me is going to pull out their credit card and go, help me with my routines, help me with my routines. You also want to be able to say, hey, look, this is 12 weeks, this is 6 months, whatever it's going to be. It costs $10,000. And by the end of it, if you have not accomplished your goals, I'm going to give you your money back. And I mean that. I will write you a check for $15,000 if you have not accomplished the goals that you and I said you could accomplish. I will give you your money back. That I'll give you your money back, by the way, is going to increase the number of people who actually sign up for this by 100%. If 10 people were going to sign up, you'll sign up 20 because you offered to give them their money back. And by the way, you're in charge of what their goals are. So if they say, I'm going to read a book every day, you're going to say, no, you're not. You're going to read a book a week because your routines don't even allow you to read a book a day, right? And so, you're going to agree on those goals together. And even if somebody hits 80% of their goals, they're never going to ask for their money back. Right? They're just not going to do it. So, I wouldn't worry too much. I offer a money-back guarantee on my coaching, and I've never written a check and never given anybody their money back because nobody's ever asked for it or wanted it. They're totally happy with the value that they get. But that's the pitch. The pitch is the problem. The problem is nobody hits their goals. The answer is routines, and I can actually coach you to develop 3 routines that make sure you hit your goals so that you hit your goals and you hit even more goals after you hit those goals. And by the way, I'm going to give you your money back if it doesn't work for you. That's your pitch. Put that in an email, put that in a webinar, make sure that you get it really tight and ask for the money, and people are going to start giving you money. Listen, if you're looking for other product ideas that you can sell as a coach, I've got a coach's price guide. It's a coach's product price guide. Basically, it's a list of products that coaches that I've certified have delivered and what they've charged for them. It's going to stimulate a lot of ideas for you. So if you're looking for more ideas on more products that you can deliver as a coach, make sure you check out the coach's pricing guide. All right, everybody, thanks so much.